we have discussed the voltage transformation ratio. From that we got that relation, and step up transformer and step down transformer and isolation transformer and all those things here. And after that we have discussed the problems, numerical problems on single phase transformer. Uh, okay, today we are going to discuss a ideal transformer. So today we are going to discuss the ideal transformer. So that ideal transformer, that is compared with the practical transformer. That ideal transformer compare with the practical transformer. Why? Because so before going to know the practical transformer, first of all we have to know the ideal transformer. Suppose if I study continuously, so what is the need of that studying here? So I have to get a good percentage in my competitive examinations. Okay, similarly, coming to ideal and practical transformer, suppose the practical means we have the practical case of transfer, we have different types of problems will be going on, like the what about here, there is a resistance of winding will be there, so that there is a losses will be there, thereby the efficiency is different as compared with the ideal transformer, and there is a leakage flux, and there is what finite permeability, and these are all the things will be there. Okay, based on that, the transfer efficiency, the performance of a transformer can be reduces if you consider the practical transformer. So coming to ideal transformer, we have zero leakage flux. The windings have no resistance, and the core has infinite permeability and lossless magnetic core, and the so the magnetization curve of the ideal transformer is linear. So these are the points will take place in ideal transformer. Coming to practical transformer, there is no zero leakage flux, there is no resistance of winding. There is what about here? So there is what about here? There is what about here? There is a resistance of winding will be there. So there is a finite permeability will be there. There is a what about here? There is a there is a high efficiency. There is what about here? There is a less efficiency will take place here, and what about here? The regression value is also more here. Okay, these are the points we have to discuss. Okay, first of all, if I consider with this ideal transformer, so the ideal transformer, these are the assumptions. So the assumptions of this ideal transformer here. So assumptions of ideal transformer. Ideal transformer. Ideal transformer. Assumptions of ideal transformer. Assumptions of ideal transformer here. Okay, in that first of all, we have discussed here. There is a zero leakage flux will take place. Zero leakage flux. So zero leakage flux means the flux produced by the primary and secondary currents are confined within the core. The fluxes produced by the primary and secondary currents are confined within the core here. There is a here, so there is a some flux will be leakage through leakage in that core. Here there is a leak. That flux is said to be leakage flux. But here there is no leak. What about? So there is no leakage flux takes place in that ideal transformer. Okay. Next, what about the windings have? The windings have no resistance. The windings have no resistance here. The resistance of the windings have no resistance here. There is thereby the induced voltage equal to the applied voltage here. That is what about that E1, which is equal to V1 here. So that E1 which is equal to V1 here. Suppose if you take the transformer is like that here. This is the source. This is the load, but I'm not going to do this. This is the ideal transformer. Okay, here the winding have no resistance. The winding have, this winding have no, this primary and secondary windings have no resistance. Okay, that is what about here. Thereby, that is the resistance of the windings are zero, means thereby what happened here, the I square are equal to zero. Thereby the copper losses are equal to zero here. The copper losses are zero. So that the induced voltage or induced resistance are equal to the applied voltage here. And similarly E2 equal to V2. Just wait, one of your friend okay, there is what about here, the resistance of the windings are zero here. The next what about the core has infinite permeability. The core has, that is what about here, the permeability is represented by infinite. So the core has infinite permeability means what here, there is no extra driven force, there is no extra driven force here. There is no extra driven force required to flow flux through the core. So when the permeability is infinite, here, so that is the permeability of the transfer core. The permeability of the transfer core is infinite here. So thereby the excitation current will take place. Why it is excitation? Why it is called excitation? That is represented by EI or magnetizing component current. That is equal to what? Zero. So if permeability tends to infinite, so thereby the exciting current is zero. Then the flux moves any direction here. The flux moves in any direction here. Suppose here, so there is a infinite permeability. So thereby the voltage which causes the current is said to be exciting current. When it goes to the primary, it should be said to be exciting current. That means the winding gets excited here. So the exciting current is zero here. So if mu, that is what about here, that is if permeability which is equal to infinite, so infinite, the flux moves any direction here. The flux moves in any direction, not this uniform direction here. The flux moves any direction if the transfer core having infinite permeability. So you can see the reluctance of the core is zero. The reluctance of the core is zero here, and a negligible current is required to establish magnetic flux here. So the negligible current is what here? The exciting current is negligible here. That is zero. So that current which is used to required to establish the magnetic flux here. So this exciting current which is used to get this flux in the core, within the core, as the voltage which is given to the primary, so this voltage which causes the current, when this current which is flows to the primary, the winding gets excited here. So that type of current is said to be exciting current. This current which drives the flux is called here this flux. So but the current is neglected here because of this ideal transformer. In ideal transformer, because of this infinite permeability, there is a negligible current. So that is used to establish the magnetic flux here. That is used to establish the magnetic flux. So next, what about that? So there is a lossless magnetic core here. Lossless magnetic, so no hysteresis or eddy currents here. So lossless, suppose if you take this if I take this here, there is pi, and here exciting current. If you draw the pi and exciting current, this exciting current here. So or you can take B and maximum flux density and field intensity BH curve. It is called the BH curve. Suppose this is the here lossless magnetic core is the magnetization curve of the transformer is linear. Magnetization curve of transformer core linear. Magnetization curve of transfer core is linear. Okay. So this is the Manation curve means what? When if you draw the flux, there is magnitude flux with respect to exciting current, or field, that is flux density with respect to field intensity. Field intensity. BH curve it is called. So here, generally the ideal transformer, the efficiency is, so the efficiency is 100% here. Because because what here the why the so why the ideal transformer having 100% here. So an ideal transformer is one which has no ohmic resistance. There is what there is no resistance. What about and no magnetic leakage flux? The leakage flux, which links with both HV and LV windings, but not both. Suppose if you talk, this is the leakage flux which is links with this is only here the leakage flux. So this is also leakage, but this leakage flux which is not linked with this secondary winding. Okay, the flux will be leakage only with respect to that winding, the primary as well as secondary winding. Okay, here a transfer which has no ohmic resistance and no magnetic leakage flux, that is all the flux produced in the core. So all the flux produced in the core uh, links with the primary and secondary, links with the primary and secondary here. Primary and secondary, hence the transformer has no copper losses. Hence the transformer has no copper losses and core losses also, because so why that core losses here, the exciting current is zero. So if the permeability is infinite, thereby what about the iron losses in the transfer core is zero. The iron losses is represented by what about that is a Wi or Pi. In the transfer core is what about zero because of infinite permeability. Okay, the transformer has no winding resistance, has no magnetic leakage flux, and what about the flux produced in the core which links with the both primary and secondary, and that transformer has no copper losses and iron losses. That means, which means the ideal transformer consists of only two purely inductive coils. Two purely inductive coils. So this is the one inductive coil. Oh, this is another inductive coil here. So two purely inductive coils. Okay, so this purely to inductive coils wound on a lossless free core. There is wound on a lossless free core here. So this is the, so what I am saying, just listen carefully. So as compared with the practical transformer, a transformer doesn't have ohmic resistance and no magnetic leakage flux, and what about and no copper losses and no iron losses, and what so thereby the ideal transformer which consists of two purely inductive coils which are wound on a lossless free core. So there is lossless free core, there is transformer core. And what about the efficiency of ideal transformer is 100%, and the Manation curve of transformer core is linear here. The Manation curve of the transformer core, because what about here? So it is linear relationship here. So lossless magnetic core means what about here? No hysteresis or eddy currents. That's why the so if there is no lossless means, so thereby the efficiency what about here? No losses will take the efficiency 100%. The efficiency will be 100% itself. Oh, these are the assumptions of ideal transformer. These are the assumptions of ideal transformer here. By the way, have you understood, my dear students? Are you following or not? Please, anyone response? Okay, thank you, Venkat Sai. Okay, let us take, if I compare with this, so this is the ideal transformer. Here, just I am writing this is the ideal transformer. This is the practical transformer. Ideal transformer. Okay. Here, what I am saying here, this is the permeability is infinite. Here, the permeability is whatever. So thereby that there is no, the iron losses are 0, and there is no resistance, no winding resistance, no winding resistance. So thereby the I square R losses, that is copper losses, are 0. This the copper losses are 0. And what about here? If all the losses are 0, means the efficiency is what about here? 100%. What about there is no leakage flux, no leakage flux here. Leakage flux will take. And what about the Manasian curve of the transfer core is? Manasian curve of the transfer core. Curve of the core. Transformer core will be linear or straight line. Right. So as compared to the practical transfer, so the permeability of the transfer core is finite. Finite here. So if the mu is, that is what, if the permeability is infinite, thereby the exciting current is what about 0. So if mu, that is what about, if the permeability is infinite, so the flux moves in any direction. The flux moves in any direction here. In any direction. Not uniform direction here. So this is the first one. So coming to second one here. So what about if the mu is finite, means there will be like iron losses, and here there will be a binding resistance will be there. It has binding resistance. Thereby there will be copper losses, and the efficiency is 95 to 98% here. So if you take the 98%, the losses are here. If you take the 98%, the remaining 2% are losses. So the remaining 2% are losses here. So in that we have like, so major losses will be there and minor losses will be there here. So in that major we have iron and copper losses. Iron and copper losses here. In that iron again, that is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. So in that minor losses we have, so remaining the 2% here. So the 2% means like out of like 1.75%. So this is the 0.25% here. 0.25% here. So from the 2%, that is 1.75 here, 0.25, then you can get again 2% here. So major losses are iron and copper losses 1.75 from out of 2%, and the remaining the 0.25% is what about here? Here. Minor losses are what here? So this is the stray load losses here, or stray load losses are stray losses. And what about here? Dielectric losses. Dielectric losses here. Okay. So these are the dielectric losses here. Dielectric losses. So how to get this stray load losses here? So the stray losses which are occurs on that in that copper parts or iron parts, like iron parts. But the electric loss is because of insulating materials. Insulating materials here. So if you consider the 98% efficiency, so the remaining, so this is efficiency of practical transformer. The remaining 2% is what about the losses? The major losses are 1.75% and 0.25% is minor loss. In that minor, stray load losses. So the stray loss occurs in the copper parts or iron parts, and the iron loss is due to insulating materials. Okay. So these are what you. So these are iron. So that is what about iron in the core. The iron losses are occurs in that winding. The copper losses occurs here. Okay. So this is the sixth one. The sixth one, what about here? So there is a leakage flux will be there. there is a leakage flux. And the seventh one will be what about here? So the Maynesian curve of the transfer core. So this is the Maynesian curve of the transfer core will be that there is flux with respect to exciting current here. So this is the linear. So Maynesian curve of the transfer core. Curve of the transfer core. Here, the Maynesian curve of the transfer core here. Here there is hysteresis loop here. So you can see that the Maynesian curve of the transfer core will be hysteresis loop here. Suppose if you consider the flux with respect to exciting current or B with respect to H curve. So this is non-linear here. This is non-linear. This is linear. This is non-linear here. So you can see. So this is like this is the non-linear curve here. So this is the hysteresis loop here. Oh, this is the practical transformer. Maynesian curve. Maynesian means while drawing the magnetic current or exciting current, it is also called the IMU. So there is what I put Maynesian current or exciting current with respect to flux. So this is the practical transformer Maynesian curve. So this is the ideal transformer. This is the difference between the ideal and practical transformer here. Ideal and practical transformer. Dear students, have you understood these points? Okay, thank you, Ganesh. What about others? So only one person or two persons are given that response. So simply you remember for ideal transformer the efficiency is 100%, the practical transformer is 95 to 98%. So there is no losses will take, so thereby the efficiency is 100%. So here the losses are considered here thereby because of the winding resistance here. And what about here the mu is finite. The flux moves in only one direction. The flux moves only this direction. But the flux moves in any direction. The flux moves any direction in that core. So this is what about here. So there is a leakage flux will take place in that ideal transformer. There is no leakage flux here. So Maynesian curve of the transfer core will be linear. Here the Maynesian curve of the transfer core will be non-linear. That is hysteresis loop will take place. This is the practical transfer. So this is ideal transfer. Remember, so while going to, so suppose you are preparing some exams, so you want to get some 90%. Your target is you have to get you want to get some 90%. So you have to think like that. So I want to get 90% in external examination. So but how? So how it will be like implicated? So there is implemented here. So when you work hard, then you can get 90% here. So your ideal. So your ideal thinking is what about your mind? So what thought you are going on? So what thinking is going on here? So that is you want to get 90% in external examination. So there is the ideal case. But coming to practical, so you may not get 90% exactly, but because of you may get 80 to 85% here instead of this 90% because some practical difficulties will going on here because based on your time schedule and what about based on all other circumstances. Okay, so when you're having that location and that weather conditions, you are not prepared properly. So based on that, you may lose some 5% here. So the another example is so the ideal condition you want to become a good engineer, a good executive engineer. So this is your in NTPC in National Thermal Power Corporation. So this is the ideal. So you have to think like so I want to become a one reputed company like National Thermal Power Corporation like executive engineer as a designation of executive engineer. But so you want to effort here practically means you have to work hard. Then only you can then only the ideal can be implemented as a practical here. So but how? So when it is fulfilled here. So if you work hard, the ideal condition has to be changes to practical here. So that point you have to remember here. Okay. So So have you understood this all these concepts here? So the comparison between the ideal transfer and practical transfer, dear students. మీరు ఫస్ట్ దయచేసి రెస్పాండ్ కాండి అమ్మా. రెస్పాండ్ కాకుండా అంటే కష్టం. థ్యాంక్ యూ నాన్న, థ్యాంక్ యూ కృష్ణవేణి అండ్ గణేష్. So please all of you take all these points here. So generally our efficiency is 90% for practical transfer. The out of 100%, so 98 means there is 2%. The 2% is the remaining 2% is the losses here. In that, thank you Sandeep. Major and minor losses here. Okay. So have you take all these points here? Okay, I'm going to take extra slides here. Please. So by the by, in last class we have discussed EMF equation of like transformer. So from that we got the relation 4.44 F by N. This one. So we got this relation based on this. According to working principle, we got this relation here. So according to principle of operation, we got that EMF equation of transformer. So based on that characteristics, so based on this loop characteristics, we got that based on the practical transformer magnetics characteristics, we got so we get that EMF equation of transfer. We'll see how it will happen. Like that is what about. So if you consider the practical transformer, so we have a magnetics transformer magnetics curve of the transformer core will be like that. Okay, here you can see, suppose the transformer having finite permeability, the transformer having the transfer with finite permeability, there is actual transfer. Generally, actual transfer is nothing but practical transformer. So for practical transformer, so for practical transformer, this is the actual transformer. Okay. So that is what about in that the transfer with finite permeability. The transfer with finite, that is not infinite, finite permeability. So actual transfer means what about the transfer with finite permeability. Okay. Just wait, I'm going to take a different color. So let us consider that is a I mu. Oh, this is a magnetizing component of current. Magnetizing component of current. Magnetizing component of current. So what is the purpose of this magnetizing component of current here? So it is used to sustain the magnetic flux here. It is used to sustain the magnetic flux. So let us take that is just wait. Okay. Okay. Just I'm taking these are the terminals of this transformer like that. So from that you can take science that is here. Just I'm take here that is V1 will take stress. This is the number of turns. Here E1, here N2, here E2. This is V2. Otherwise you can take this is I2. This is I1. You are giving inside here V1. V1 here. So V1. So it means this is the transformer core. In the transformer core, the flux will be present here. This is the flux. Okay. So here what I am saying here. So for practical transformer means the transformer with finite permeability, it is said to be actual transformer. So in that I'm going to take. So why I'm discussing this here? In order to, so actually we got the relation that is equal to 4.44 F by N. So according to principle of operation, we have discussed this thing. This is the EMF equation of transformer. So the same thing we are going to get here. How to get this here? So based on that, here, this cat 6, mandation cat 6 here. Okay. So I am going to take here, that is I mu. First of all, when you are given the AC voltage, there is AC voltage, there is input voltage which is given to the primary winding. This is the primary. This is the secondary. Why I am writing again and again? Some of the people may forget all those points here. That's why here. Just wait here. Okay. Here, this is the magnetizing. Just wait. So magnetizing a component of current from that. So when you give the alternating voltage to that primary winding, when you give the alternate voltage is given to the primary winding, so this voltage which causes this current, this V1, this causes this current here, this current. So this current is called as a here. So when this current which flows to the primary, so this current has to be magnetized or energized or excited. So this magnetized here. So that magnetizing current is nothing but what about I mu. So there is I mu. So you are giving the sinusoidal voltage to that primary winding. So that's why this is the alternating voltage. That's why you can get the maximum value of current here. So that what about current here? There is I mu. So this type of current is what is I mu. So that I mu which is equal to, so this is the alternating voltage you are applying to the primary winding means, then you can get I m sin omega t. I m sin omega t. I m sin omega t here. Okay. So from that, the primary MMF is what about here? When you give this I manage the computer current through the primary winding, so there will be a magnetic force will be developed. That is what about the primary MMF is what here? The primary MMF is, that is N1 into IV. This is N1 into IV. But what about I mu here? That N1 into Im sin omega t. So Im is the maximum value of current here. Maximum value of current. So this is the time varying. This is the time varying magnetic force. This is the primary. So in the primary winding, the magnetic force for manual domain is called as a magnetic force. For electric domain, it is called as a electromotive force. Okay. Here, that is the flux equal to mm by reluctance. Mm by reluctance, that is equal to N1 Im sin omega t by R. So this flux is nothing represented by pi equal to, there is what about here, otherwise just I am going to write here the pi equal to the pi which is equal to pi m sin omega t. Since pi m which is equal to N1 Im by R. R is nothing but reluctance. N1 number of turns on primary. So this is Im is the maximum value of current. Pi m is nothing but what you put when you give this maximum value of current in that here in the primary. So there is a maximum value of flux will be present. There is maximum value of flux. There is pi m sin omega t. There is a sinusoidal function here. So as you know that according to self-induced EMF and mutual induced EMF definitions, like the self-induced EMF is given as, there is what about here? There is E1 equal to minus N1 d pi by. So from that term, E1 equal to, just a bit. E1 equal to minus of N1 into, so what about, there is pi is nothing but what, this is the pi. So that is what here, d by dt of pi m sin omega t. So if you differentiate with respect to this one, with respect to t, so then you can get what about here, minus. So if you differentiate with sin, then you can get some cos. What type of cos here? Minus. So then minus and minus plus you can get n1 pi m. So this omega, and this is the cos omega t. Cos omega t. So here, so we are discussing about sinusoidal function. Then we have to get the sinusoidal result here, the E. So that's why I can get what about here, that is E1 which is equal to N1. What about here? Pi m omega equal to 2 pi f. Then cos, in terms of you have to change the cos, that is what about omega t minus pi by 2. So this is the function. So here, this is the EMF induced, that is self-induced EMF, that is self EMF is induced in primary winding. So that is E1. The self-induced EMF in the self EMF is induced in the primary winding is always lagging the flux. Is always lagging the flux vector by exactly 90 degrees. So you can see. Oh, this is the flux. Oh, this one is E1. So there is lagging, means what about here? 90 degrees. So if you write that flux as a reference vector, so if you take this the flux direction, this is the flux direction here, you can see. So the E1 is induces like that, so the E1 is induces here. So that is exactly 90 degrees. So this EMF induced, the EMF induced in the primary winding, so the EMF induced in the primary winding is always lagging the flux, always lagging the flux by exactly 90 degrees. Exactly 90 degrees. So thereby you can get this one. Okay. Then so if you get the E1 maximum instead of E1, if we get E1 maximum, then E1 maximum which is equal to N1 pi m omega. So this omega. What about here? At omega t equal to pi. At omega t equal to pi. So then the RMS, so this is the average value. So then the RMS value equal to what here? Then the RMS value equal to, so that is E1 max by root 2. That is equal to N1 pi m omega by, omega means that is, you can write 2 pi f by root 2. Finally we got what about here? There is a 4.44 f pi m into N1. That is equal to what about here? That is equal to this RMS value, means what about this is the E1 RMS. And the E1 RMS equal to this one. Oh, this is also same. Have we understood, dear students? So this is the E1 R. This E1 R is represent RMS value of this transformer. For practical transformer, you can get this one. So as you know that the pi m is same thing. The pi m equal to Bm into A. The phi m equal to Bm into A here. The phi m equal to Bm into A. Okay, that is what about here? That is net cross sectional area. 4.44 F phi m N1. Okay, the net. So this is what about your net? This is the net. So from that, the net cross sectional area equal to Ag into Ks. Same thing, Kg into Ks. So the Ks value stacking factor, that is 0.5 to 0.95. So Ag equal to L into B. Oh, these are the relations will take place here. So similarly, for what about for secondary side? Second, the mutual induced EMF, what about same thing here? You have to apply the E2 equal to minus into d pi by dt. So then you can get same thing, that is E to R. E to R, which is equal to 4.44 like F phi m N2, because there will be a vector. So the vector always